Yes, lads, and we're back live. Guys, what a week it's been. Arsenal dropped points at Wolves, and suddenly that word is back. Bottle. After 4 years, finishing second place. Oh, is it happening again, lads? Is it happening again? Wolves 2, Arsenal 2. Uche, take it away.
Oh, it's funny though, man. You guys gotta laugh. Everybody was literally taken by surprise. You guys were probably doing stuff, not even watching the game. I was watching this game,
I
funny
wasn't.
enough. I was actually watching the game, but I was watching and just, sort of just going through the motion. 5 minutes in, Saka puts them in the lead. So you're thinking, ain't nothing to worry about here. Second half started 2-0 up after the offside goal was ruled in. I thought, okay, no issue. As soon as Bueno made that 2-1, I thought, oh, this is gonna be interesting. Let's see how they hold on. And if you look at all the action, don't let all these Arsenal fans fool you. If you look at the action of the game, from that moment onwards, these guys were just trying their best, their hardest, waste so much time trying to hold on against Wolverhampton Wanderers, who at that point has got a grand total of 9 points in the league. You know how much he got in the league? 9 points. And they said, oh, you know what? We're going to give you one. But that error, man, that error is, pure definition of bustling it under pressure. Why would the Gabriel and Raya run into each other effectively? Like they're tackling each other. It's ridiculous. All you needed to do was somebody say, that's my ball. Done. There was no threat. But they were
But you know
panicking
what?
so much. Huh?
You know why, Uche? It's just
Sure.
it's shooky shook time. What is it?
It's
Squeaky bum
completely
time, yeah?
shook. It's proper shook time. And then all of a sudden, when the final whistle went, the people that we normally host the pod with, they've literally been quiet. They've just gone. They've lost their voice. They got things to do. They can't be found anywhere. It's like there's so many things going on. It's like, wow, is this how it is? I mean, you're still five. You literally increased your lead. Like, come out and back your team and say everybody's just losing their everybody's losing the plot. It's crazy.
Everyone is losing the plot, and I've just lost my shirt off the wall. But Aki,
yeah, it was slightly poetic actually that how that last goal went in with Raya and Gabriel. Apparently, the best goalkeeper in the league, the best defender in the league, acting like clowns. But I kind of said in the beginning, to be honest with you, that I didn't think Arsenal had the ball. And, for a long period of time, it looked like I was going to be proven wrong. But lo and behold, here we are again. And it's not in their hands anymore. So if City win every single game from now until the end of the season, they'll be crowned champions of the Premiership champions.
Good
now, Arsenal could go from doing a quadruple. I mean, I can't believe they were even talking about that, to be honest with you.
They got a dream, man, Aki. Got a dream, mate.
And I would hazard a guess. They'll probably win the Carabao Cup, and that'll be it for them this season.
I don't even think they'll win that.
Who did they have in the final again?
Was
City?
Is it City? Okay, so yeah, they probably won't win that either. Then.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know why you're giving them that for. Why are you giving them that thing for? They can't win another, mate.
Gokares had a stinker yesterday, if you ask me.
What's new? What else is new?
He was billed as a big signing, and he's been pretty pants this season, if you ask me. And ultimately, you're never going to win the league if you play Wolverhampton, and you're playing a low block. You're playing to waste time. You've got a corner with 10 minutes to go. You've scored a lot of corners this season, and you play it shook. They don't deserve to win the Premiership this season, quite frankly. They're not a great team. They're a good team, but they're not a great team, and I've said that consistently. And now it's kind of coming to fruition. People like Mikey, people like CT will say, "Oh, Havertz is not there." They'll put it on that one player, but these are the same guys that said Eze was a savior. Where is he?
He was there. He was there.
Too many truth bombs for Aki.
But Noni was meant to be the savior.
Yeah.
Where is he? Saka was meant to be this world-class player.
He was there.
He was there too.
Exactly. So, and then they blame Timber for getting into spaces, apparently.
Underlaps. It's called underlaps, Aki. Underlaps and underruns and undercovers.
But lads, the thing is, just for Aki, the thing for people who are new here, this pod it's normally 5 of us, right? So there's 3 Liverpool fans, there's 3 Arsenal fans. The 2 Arsenal fans are not here, and they assure me it's not for the reason of the result on Wednesday. But they assure me of that, and I have to believe them. You have to believe them. But yeah, Uche, it's.
I don't believe them, but it's all right.
there's a few stats coming out of it, and as you said, Wolves were bottom of the league, comfortably bottom. I think, aren't they one of the worst teams in the Premier League history at this point of the season?
One of the worst teams in the Premier League
history. They've got 10 points, I think.
Yeah,
they have 10 points.
Yeah, and what more could Arsenal want? So they've got a midweek game. They could stretch their lead, right? They go 1-0 up after 5 minutes. Okay, it's a great start, right? Away to the bottom team. Okay, you go 1-0, go 1-0 at halftime. You come back from halftime. Is the home team going to come back into it? No, you score again 5 minutes after the break. So you're 2-0 up. And then somehow, Arsenal fans, tell me, if it's not Shooksterism, what is it?
Because can you find them though? That's the question. Can you actually find them? That's the question. We're searching. Are they out there? Where are they? Where are you hiding? Can they stop hiding and actually speak up so we can hear them? Let's hear from Arsenal fans.
Exactly. Let's hear from you guys. Is it Shooksterism, or are we jumping the gun? Because obviously, City have got a game at home against Newcastle. Newcastle got, what was it, 5 against Qarabag? So they're now scoring goals away from home, at least in the Champions League. But Arsenal have got the North London derby with Spurs having a new manager. Yep. I know Spurs' record at home is shocking, but new manager bounce, it could go horribly wrong by Sunday night when we do the live show, 7:30. It could be a horrible time.
You might have the same people not show up again when that happens. Well, there you go. You better believe they'll show up if they do win the North London derby. They'll be here. They'll be here with chest and everything. You know that for a fact they're gonna be here if they win. If they lose, though, this is they might start hearing excuses nice and early, especially that CT. You know, he has his excuse, he can't stand Spurs, so you know what's coming.
I think to be fair, I think to be fair, I don't think they should. To be honest with you, I think they just overperformed from August until December. They massively overperformed, and also the rest of the league have been very inconsistent. Us guys, City, Chelsea, United, etc. It's only because City have put a run together, really, that they're in contention. But Arsenal's recent record isn't great. I think it's 2 wins out of 7. They kind of let a lot of points from winning positions slip. But I just don't think from the outset they were good enough to be champions. And so I don't think it's Shooksterism. I just think it's reality kind of coming back.
It's definitely Shooksterism, because at the end of the day, they could have been out of sight. They could have been outside. At the end of the day, no matter what you say, Aki, the bottom line is there's no one out there. There's no candidates that's showing the consistency. That's what the league is all about. So if one team is more consistent, they're going to win the league, and that was them. So at the end of the day, this Man City keep bigging up. They will not be able to be consistent. They've got no excuses for why they are where they are. We have no excuses for why we flopped it. So at the end of the day,
I don't think it's Shooksterism. I personally think it's Arteta's bad man management, to be honest with you. Arsenal players are just getting very tired towards the last 10-15 minutes of the game. Why? Because he plays the same players week in, week out. He never rotates. If you look at right back, I saw some stat where Timber played 2,500 minutes and White had played 400 minutes or something like that. So he's not really utilising his squad. So you can call it Shooksterism if you want, but I personally think Arteta's not a great manager, and I think he's proven it this season without a shadow of a doubt. But
you say he's not a great manager, so who is then? Because he's at the moment he's top of the league.
I mean, I think you're being a bit unfair, Aki. I mean, this pod
He's spent
prides
a lot
itself
of
on
money.
being pod prides itself on being impartial when it comes to speaking of the other club, Arsenal being the other club. But I think you're being a bit unfair. But there is some truth in what you're saying. So I saw a stat or heard a stat today about how at this after 27 games, it's the lowest points total since Leicester won it back in
that's not their problem.
2014 or 15.
That's not their problem, is it? That's not
No,
their
it
problem.
isn't. It isn't their problem. And at the end of the day, they are still top of the league, and they deserve. And it is fair to say they deserve to be it because they've been the most consistent team in the league. But at the same time, there is some truth to what Aki's saying in terms of style of play. They're not a team. They're a difficult team to beat, but not a team that go out to go and blow other teams away. So at Anfield, they should have beaten us. I think we were there for the taking in that first half, and they stood off. In this game, you're 2-0 up. I'm hearing, because I haven't watched it, so I can't comment, but I'm hearing they backed off. And I just can't fathom a team top of the league with, 11 games to go, and you're 2-0 up against a team bottom of the league, comfortably bottom, and then you're taking your foot off the pedal. It just doesn't compute to me. But
it was a terrible performance, but they were 2-0 up. The bottom line is it wasn't a great performance, but they were still 2-0 up. So the nice thing to do at that point is to see out. I think once they made it 2-1 with that ridiculous strike, which can happen, then obviously you start getting a bit tense. But I go back to, at the end of the day, football is decided by goals. When that kind of miscommunication should not happen at this level, and that's down to being tense, especially in the last minute. They were literally doing everything they can to just waste a lot of time, and they nearly pulled it out. So, like I said, now is what I was calling out in the previous game against Leeds when they came out and smashed Leeds, and I thought they're gonna go on from here. So the question is now back. That North London derby is perfect for them in a way. If they go and win that game comfortably, they're back in it, and the confidence be sipping. If they get trounced or they lose that game or drop more points, then they know what's coming. I think it'll be crisis. There's no question about it. It's gonna be massive crisis talk, and we're all here for it because I want to see how they react to these kind of things. Because, like I say, people are already losing the plot in different forums. People are disappearing. Can't find anyone these days. So I don't know what will happen when it's after Sundays. I'm looking forward to it because it's just funny to me because people claim they are what they claim they're not what they claim they are. And then look at the facts when things go wrong. Where are they? Where are they? They're nowhere to be seen. Hiding, shooksters. This is how they are.
They are nowhere to be seen for this pod, but they will be here. We hope.
I don't know why you have this. It's results dependent. It's clearly results dependent. So I don't know where you get this confidence that they'll be here. I mean, I don't think they'll be here if Tottenham gives them a good hiding.
Yeah, it'll be fun. Yeah, it will be funny. I can't lie. It will be hilarious. Aki, so let's talk about the North London derby then. Pinkarati, evening, silly chat. So tell us your views.
Which bit is the silly chat? Come on, say your chest. Which bit?
Aki,
are you one of the people hiding? Identify yourself.
Aki, North London derby. Tottenham have got a terrible record at home, but they do have a new manager. The new manager had a week to prepare. They've not had a midweek game, whereas Arsenal have. And what do you think is actually going to happen in that fixture?
I mean, like, Spurs aren't great, but you're hoping that they have a new manager bounce and they put up a little bit of a fight. If they keep it tight, for the last 70 minutes, like kind of Wolves did, then they're in with a chance. But I don't know. It depends, really. I think, I also think a lot of Arsenal players have played a lot of games, so I don't know how much gas they're going to have for these type of games going forward. I think after the Spurs game they've got. Is it an empty week after the Spurs game?
No, they've got obviously
no idea.
Team. What do you mean?
No idea.
Yeah. Anyway, so I think it's going to be a tough game for them, to be honest with you. They're going to be under a lot of pressure. If they get the 3 points, then that boosts them. But they've got a hard run of games coming up. I think after Spurs, they got Chelsea. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see, right?
Yeah, we got Chelsea after that. They are away to Brighton. So yeah, I mean, these are not easy fixtures. But then we know that these days nothing is easy. When you can't beat a team at 20th, obviously everything, everybody you can argue can get points off them, right? Because they've done what we thought was unthinkable, one of the worst team in the league, and you're drawing with them. And this they had their chances. They were given notice. This is the same team they played a few weeks back, and they needed a last minute goal to get the 3 points. So you will think that, okay, let's correct that mistake. Let's go in there and make sure of the result. And then they go and do that. So it's a terrible look for all the fans.
You haven't got many players in that team that have actually won a title.
No, he hasn't. That's another issue.
You got under Hincapié, I think, and maybe Timber, Ajax, maybe.
Yeah,
possibly. And the other thing is they don't have a lot of leaders in that team. How many players in that team captain the national side, as an example?
Yeah, but like I said, when it starts happening, you know what's going to crumble will come. But at the moment, they have the advantage, so we'll see what happens from here. But I think it's a massive, massive blow. The only way they can correct it is that North London. That's why it's either perfect for them or it's an absolute disaster. There's no way on Sunday if they come away with a defeat, it's done. Isn't it? Well, no matter what he says in press conference, no one's listening because they've finished. So it's like it doesn't matter what he says. Everyone knows that because the anger and the shookness that'll come out from that game, but they can go there and dance on the pitch as well. So it's there. It's dangling. It's literally could be the perfect pick me up, or what I'm hoping for, which I'm hoping will happen. Even though I think that if Arsenal, the real Arsenal, show up, they will deal with Spurs because Spurs are a joke. But I'm always going to back Spurs on this incident because I think the comedy value is high. So I want to see the comedy side.
It's massive. And the Spurs players, obviously, they've got rid of the manager. They've got a new manager in now. The Spurs players will be relishing, apart from the fact that they're struggling with a potential relegation battle, but they'll be relishing the opportunity to put one over Arsenal and ruin their season.
Yeah.
Do you think that this is like the pivotal? It's probably too early to say. Kind of pivotal though this weekend. What happens if Newcastle?
Honestly, I still think Arsenal will win that game, and I think it'll be quite comfortable. I mean, that's one thing I don't want it to happen because I just feel like Spurs at home are just a joke. They've been a joke all season. They can't just wake up and turn it on because they don't have the quality. The reason why they're struggling in that stadium is because they're not very good. And the fact is, they're also in a relegation.
Neither Wolves though, Uche.
That's what I'm saying.
Neither Wolves.
But Wolves, the thing was at 2-0, called that ridiculous goal, and now you're back in it. But I still think Arsenal, could do something. But if they don't, the comedy value is high.
You've been called out, Uche.
Yeah, don't worry about my prediction. That's what I'm saying. It's like, but the comedy value, I'll be there and I'll be watching every minute, and there will be no ping. It will be completely live, and I'm looking for the comedy. Trust me, if Tottenham win that game, it will just be hilarious. Absolutely hilarious.
Pinkarati,
what situation?
Yeah, Pinkarati, what's your prediction? Same with Gabby's saying that Arsenal are going to win and City are going to lose. Is that wishful thinking, Gabby, or what is it?
My goodness me, it's funny, isn't it? You have to lie. So we're not hiding. We're not hiding. That's all you've been doing is hide. That's literally what you've been number one. You're like literally been hiding all week. About you're not hiding. City draw. These people are delusional. Clip this, man. You are.
At least you admit it. At least you admit it, everyone. I like that.
Let's come back to your question, Ro. I don't think it's a pivotal weekend yet. I think the pivotal weekend will come when City overtake Arsenal. And then at that moment, I think it'll be quite pivotal because Arsenal have been top since like October, right?
Yeah, too long. They're good at doing that, by the way. They have form.
They do. And I expect that to happen in March, to be honest with you. It could happen as soon as the Chelsea game. Arsenal could easily draw against Spurs and then lose against Chelsea. And then I think that puts City in the driving seat if they win their two games, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Pinkarati, question, and Gabby one as well. Are you still confident that you're going to win this title? Yes or no?
What do you expect them to say? It's bravado time.
I'm interested to know whether or not they're still bullish about it or what.
I guess the better question would be is, do the Arsenal fans think Arteta should be sacked if he doesn't win the league or the Champions League this season.
Sacked for what though, or for what purpose? At the end of the day, there's been many that haven't won. They haven't won the league title before Arteta. So what makes you
But
think?
Uche, that's in the context of Arsenal, though.
In the context of what? They haven't won in 20 years.
How many years has he been there now? Is that 8 now?
What do you mean 8? 8? What are you talking about? It's 20 years. 8 years.
No, how long has Arteta been there? Is what I'm saying.
Well, it doesn't matter.
6 years now. About six. Yeah,
it's longer.
Was the mantra to win the league? Do you really believe that the goal was like, if you win or if you don't win, we sack you? Come on, man.
Well, it's first FA Cup was the COVID FA Cup, wasn't it? I think.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is like at the end of the day, you can't say sack him because unless you're really saying your objective was to win the league, it's not. It's to do well and do well, which is what they're doing, and they're doing very well actually. And I think he's meeting his objective perfectly. People are just being funny over the top.
Everyone disagrees with you, so
because he's delusional. That's why. Because he believes that his club should be winning leagues, but his club shouldn't be winning leagues. His club are doing exactly what they should be doing: second, finals, those kind of things. Finals of the Carabao Cup, second in the league, maybe semi-final of the Champions League. These are highly, highly sought after things for Arsenal fans. So that's what they should be happy with. When you start bringing out chest and saying, we sack him if you don't win the league. Like, come on, man. It's been 20 years. What's another 2 years or 5 years added to that? That's nothing. That's like saying Arsenal Spurs should sack their manager for not winning the league. What kind of rubbish is that? There's no expectation to win the league.
Arsenal have won the third most amount of league titles in the history of Division 1 and Premiership. So
yeah, but that's history. You can then say Villa have won whatever. Come on, man. That's history. We're not talking about history.
Yeah, but Uche, come on, Uche. He's been there. He's been there a long time. 1, he's spent a lot of money. 2, natural progression from where they've finished in the last 4 seasons is to win the title, and to be so far ahead, so many opportunities to go even further ahead this season. Clearly being the best team up until now, and then to lose it from this position. What we've end of February now. Yeah. 3 more months of the season, 11 more games to go. To lose the league from this season, surely, if that was a Liverpool manager, it would be like, okay.
No, don't talk about Liverpool and put Arsenal there. Stop it, man.
I'm trying to make it relatable.
Let me give you an example of what I'm trying to say.
I'm trying to make it relatable.
Remember the season when Leicester were going to obviously won the league, right? There was certain points of that season where, just the point that you just posted, Spurs were probably favorites to win it, right? They didn't win it. Are you now just would have said, sack Pochettino? You're not gonna do that.
No, because they're not Spurs though, Uche. I know we're doing the banter thing here, but they're not Spurs. Come on.
I'm not saying they're Spurs. I'm saying, what is the objective? Do you really think the objective, if he doesn't win, we sack him, we'll get another manager and we'll try and win
the objective was to win the league, though, surely.
I don't think Arsenal will sack him. I don't think Arsenal will sack him. Arsenal are about getting Champions League football, a little bit like Liverpool, actually. I don't think our owners will get rid of Slot if we qualify for the Champions League this season, as an example. And personally, I think, he should.
This is what makes me laugh. Aki, look what just got posted, Aki. He's making it sound like we haven't done it before. Like this is some sort of impossibility. This is how delusional they are. I mean, I could say that, right? And you could try. How can you mock Liverpool for trying to win the Champions League? They've actually done it 7 times, and you've never done it, like ever in your entire history. It's not something that you even know anything about. You reached the final once in the Sol Campbell final. I mean, come on, man, it's ridiculous. I mean, what are we talking about? At the end of the day, this is madness. It's just like you're too delusional for your own good. That's the problem here. That's the biggest issue. Is that you think I'm dreaming about Champions League? We made more finals in the last decade than you've made finals in your entire frigging career, in your entire club history. Facts. This is not even like stuff that anyone could check. So how can you now say I'm delusional for thinking that Liverpool can make another Champions League final, but somehow, some way, you're going to talk up your team? Doesn't make sense.
Yeah, good point by Gabriel here. This season's different. We won't have a better chance to win the league.
Yeah, I agree with that. But then I also agree with it when I told you about the Gallas moment. And I said I've been looking forward to the Gallas moment. That time, you also had a good chance to win the league and you didn't. And this all comes down to the point that your players want it so much, and fair play to them, because it happened to us at certain points of the season. We want it so much, but you get tense. And I agree with you. It doesn't mean you should just go and sack the manager. Do you know what I mean? You don't want to just go out, sack the manager. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, but what are they keeping him for though? What are they going to keep him for? Because obviously Liverpool be looking to be better. Liverpool. Wait, Uche. Let me just finish this point, and then you can come back. Liverpool will be looking to be better than this season, next season. Chelsea will be Chelsea. United will be United. Man City, if they win the league, if they don't win the league, they'll be looking to get better next season as well. So after you've been in the position, I think Pinkarati confirmed it's just over 6 seasons now. You've been there going into your 7th season. You finished 4th, potentially. Sorry, you finished 2nd 4 times in a row, potentially again this season. What are you keeping him to do? To finish 2nd again?
Maybe because they get, obviously, as everything happens, what happens, like we get used to being 2nd, and then hopefully 1st is not far away. Remember when Saka kept telling us that they're so close now? They're so close. They can taste it. So you sacking the manager, you could end up in 5th or 6th. Have you ever thought about that? You guys keep thinking sacking managers is the answer. Have you ever thought about it? You can actually go backwards and fall out of the Champions League places completely? At least this dude knows how to get the best out of these players.
I hear you, but Arteta could be the problem. He could be the one that's...
I can't see how you can see that is the problem. I don't see how you can come to that conclusion. How is he the problem? He's the one that got them here.
Could be. I'm just here asking the questions. It's for Arsenal fans to answer.
No, but seriously, look at their players. Do you actually believe that team is like full of stars or anything like that? Do you believe that? Do you actually believe that team should be winning the league? Like, as in all pressure on, like overwhelming should be winning the league. No, you would say they can win the league. You're not gonna say they should win the league like an overwhelming favorite. You wouldn't say that, would you? Like, come on, like, be real. You wouldn't say that. You would say one of the 3 that could win the league, but it's not overwhelmingly should win the league. It's not this massive expectation.
Yeah, no, I mean, if you go man for man through the team, there's not many players that you would take from that team. Maybe Rice, Saka when he's on form. That's the other thing, though. Saka's another good thing. Another good point is he's their best player, comfortably their best player, but his return isn't great. And I know injuries are involved in that as well, but he's their best player. He's just signed a new contract. I'm hearing 300,000, whatever, a week. And his numbers are not great. What was it? He scored his first goal in 12 months or something the other week.
I think he's having one of the worst seasons, but he's had a lot of injury problems, and this can happen when you have a lot of injury problems. So once people have an injury problem like him, I just think he hasn't been anywhere near it. I think he could have made a massive difference, but it's just unfortunate that this has happened. What's happened to him, what's happened to Havertz. I think if you had a fully fit Havertz and a fully fit Saka throughout the whole season, they probably would have walked the league, but they don't. So we are where we are. So we have to wait and see.
Well, every team can say if they had this and if they had that. So
yeah, of course. That's what I'm saying. But it's not over, man. It's not over. I don't know why you guys are talking about sacking someone when it's not over. They could still be champions. You're talking about sacking. Have some faith in it.
What we're saying is that should Arteta go if he doesn't win the league from this position?
I would say no, absolutely not.
I think, I put myself as a Liverpool fan, and I would probably want my manager to get sacked, because I want my team to win, not come 2nd.
Why would you want him to sack? I don't get it. Like, who are you looking to get that's gonna now just turn it on and just give you the title? You're still fighting with people like Pep Guardiola, although he might be different next year.
I think personally, like, even though Arsenal have come 2nd the past 3 seasons, they've been the 3rd best team anyway. So it's always been Liverpool and City. So regardless of whether Arsenal are 2nd or not, they weren't the 2nd best team. So in that sense, he's kind of taken them above where they should be, which is 3rd. But if you're looking to win things, then you can't accept coming 2nd 4 seasons on the trot.
Yeah, I'm not saying you should accept it. I'm just saying, like, all the time when you say everyone thinks sacking the manager is the answer. If you sack the manager, there's a high possibility you could go backwards. I don't know why you guys think
there's a high possibility you can go forwards as well.
Yeah, but have you seen the kind of players they've got? They've got someone wearing jeans up front with shoes on, right? Are you gonna back another manager to come and get the best out of that player? Are you gonna now? What are you doing? Like, really think about what you're saying carefully. Like the kind of player you have. This dude, he played against Wolves, and I saw his stat, right? I think it was something like 65 minutes, 12 touches of the ball in 65 minutes before he came off, as what the stats I saw, right? So this is the kind of things you're dealing with. This is what a new manager is going to be forced to do. Go and take that player and try and win titles with that player. You're not going to go back and say, no, I want another player. You see, yes, he signed that player.
But let me ask you a question. Name me like 5 players that you think Arteta has improved at Arsenal.
Yeah, all defenders. I've got all day.
Name them.
Yeah, all of them. Gabriel, Saliba, Raya.
You reckon he's improved them?
Yeah, Timber, Calafiori.
I think Arsenal defense.
See, the thing is, you're saying this, Uche, and you've got a point, but Arteta signed all these players, so
yeah. But I'm saying, if you get a new player in, have you seen their forward 6? Whether it's Trossard, all these guys, they're not all that. There's nothing. I don't know what you guys are seeing. Martinelli, even Madueke, I like him actually as a skillful player, but it's not productive with it. So who are these people that's gonna? I just don't see how you're making them look like they're some overwhelming favorite. That's all I'm saying. Like some manager is gonna come in and say, "What did you leave me with? I can't guarantee you a title with these people. I can't tell you that this. You guys thinking this is La Liga or something? They're not overwhelmingly better than Liverpool, like overwhelmingly better than Manchester City. They're not. So you have to accept that you start on 0 next season, and there's a chance you could come third. Like let's be honest. No matter who you put in charge, would you agree? There's a chance that whoever you put in charge of Arsenal Football Club next season, there's a good chance you could finish third.
Yeah, you have to say because that's their position. Like I think they're the 3rd best team in the country.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So when you guys are saying sack him, that's my issue. If you are overwhelmingly the best team by a mile, then I could say that you do what you're suggesting, but they're not. They're not actually that far off. So I agree with what I was saying before. This is their best chance. So you, as an emotional reaction, you want to sack the manager. I get that, but we have to then come back to reality. When we calm ourselves down and look at it, say, are you actually going to say that if you sack him, these set of players should be winning titles next season? When he starts at 0, I would say no.
Yeah, but to be fair, though, what Gabriel has said is true, though. He has had plenty of time.
Yes, I agree with that.
A lot of money.
But I keep going back to Aki, if you sack him, that's what you're saying. That the next guy in line has to come in and win the league. Otherwise, there's no point.
But Uche, there's nothing wrong with that. The mentality of a club.
There's a lot wrong with it because I'm looking at those players and I'm like, I can't see it. I can't see it. How can you see that? I can't see it.
I'm not saying I can see it. And as I say, you look at the makeup of the squad, and it's a good squad to do the job that Arteta wants them to do. It might not be a great squad for a next manager, or it might be better. They might get unleashed. They might be having attacking waves here, there, and everywhere.
Who's going to get unleashed? Who? I mean,
they've got Uche. They've got Eze, who's a good Premier League player. They've got Noni, who's a decent Premier League player.
Have to conclude.
They've got Saka. Martinelli was once half decent, so they've got players that can hurt other teams. Let's be real.
You haven't been watching Eze enough. That's why you come to that conclusion. Eze has been like this for a long time. It's been like this. Same Eze you're seeing now is the same Eze at Palace. I see hardly any difference, right?
Yeah, but I'll tell
in and out of teams when it suits him. So at the end of the day, I'm not seeing what you're seeing. Saka was the guy for sure. Saka was a standalone guy. I could say, yep, I will take you to the top, right? But you need some crazy numbers, and he hasn't been that guy because of injuries. So who else is it? But
the thing is, Arteta's taken Arsenal to this position, and he spent billions or hundreds and hundreds of millions. That's not going to be sustainable for Arsenal going forward.
No,
and
I agree.
You're going to want a return on your investment. So at the end of the day, you're going to have to get rid of Arteta if he doesn't win you the league, because Arsenal can't afford to spend that amount of money every season, and every season there's a missing piece. You know, a striker was a missing piece for 2 seasons, and then they bought Gokares. We're still going to need to buy a striker.
Why are you laughing, man? He's the top goal scorer.
You're laughing as well.
and then they needed a number 10. So they bought Eze, and they still need to buy a number 10 because it doesn't look like he's going to be the fix that they thought he was going to be. But so how much money are they going to throw at Arteta's team before they actually win something? So I question it personally. I reckon if they were serious, they'd get rid of him, and if they're not, they'll keep him.
Yeah, I just can't see. Honestly, I wish I could agree with it that, that these boards are so on it that it's unacceptable. And as soon as the season is finished and they'll be like breaking news, it's been sacked. I just think it's unrealistic. It's not going to happen. That's just my honest view for it. Like at the end of the day, I just feel like they think that he's doing okay job. If you're not doing okay job, then this becomes a non. Do you actually believe they will sack him? Like, come on.
I don't. But it's whether
he might go somewhere else.
The question is whether, if Arsenal want to be at the top, at the very top, should they be accepting a manager? And there's a comment there from Pinkarati about he spent similar amounts of money to other managers in the top. I'm not sure that's strictly true, because most other clubs at the top currently have had multiple managers. So it's a number of managers. It's been the clubs that have been spending those money. But Arteta himself has spent a big chunk of money and they still don't have a league title. In fact, they've got one title to show for it in that space of time. Should a club like Arsenal be accepting that? I personally don't think so. But you seem to think it's okay.
Yeah, I think so, because their history tells me that it's fine. If your history told me any different, then I'll disagree. But the history, you guys keep trying to do this trickery. It's like some weird trickery you're doing on yourselves. I'm telling you, a team hasn't won in 20 years, right? And all of a sudden, you have to win this season, otherwise I'll sack you. Like, it doesn't even sound right.
But it's in the context of 4 years finishing second. Sorry, I keep saying fourth.
Yeah, but
finishing
to who?
Second.
To top team. This it's not like if they came second to like you said, the Leicester team or something like that, you can maybe like have any justification, right? But this is like you're losing out titles to Pep Guardiola. You're losing out titles with Mo Salah doing such a great job of delivering.
But he's also lost.
This is a poor City team, though. This is a very poor City team. This is a poor City team, and it's a poor Liverpool team. So if you don't win the league this season,
keep saying this thing about poor teams. It all depends. What are you basing it on?
If they don't on points total,
that's what I'm saying. If you're gonna go by points total, does that not show you that it's either two things is happening, right? If I've got more points than ever in the record in the history of your league, it's either because I'm so far above everyone else in the league, right? Or the actual league can't keep up with me. Either way, right? Both things could be reason. But if you actually got less points, right, it means that the league is actually competitive. So you're getting points off each other. So it really depends on what style or what you're looking for. You've decided that if you get the most points, that automatically means you're one of the greatest team ever. That's what you basically decided.
What I'm saying is that they haven't dominated the league. So,
but you don't need to dominate the league. The objective is the same. It's to finish top of the league. You keep saying I don't know what you mean by that, because everyone's objective, like Liverpool's objective, was trying to win the league, right? We failed, and we failed because we can't beat certain teams in the same league, which they are beaten, whether it's by set piece or whatever. We failed an objective. Then you're now trying to say last season that we were just normal or whatever word you're using. That it's almost like it's easy. If it was easy, people would be doing it. People will not go 20 years without winning the league. They will just win the league.
I think. Thank you for that nice talk, but I don't really know where you're going with it.
No, but I'm saying you have to make your mind up what it is that you're talking about.
My point remains as it was. If Arsenal don't win the league this season, then they're probably not going to win the league for
a failure,
a number of. Well, under Arteta, they definitely won't win it.
I don't know what you mean by it's a failure. What do you mean?
Because this is the best time for Arsenal to have won the league. With Liverpool,
yes, I agree with that. But you're saying that you should sack him.
Hold up. So if they don't win the league this season with Arteta, then it's going to be unlikely in the future that Arteta is going to win them the league.
I agree. I agree with that. So then, I'm also telling you.
If that's the case, then you have to get rid of Arteta if you're serious.
Yeah, I say that if you do that, then you're telling me that the next manager is going to come in straight away and win the league. And I'm not seeing that. They haven't got like ridiculous.
It might not be straight away. It might be after a few seasons. He might need to rebuild, because I don't personally think this Arsenal squad is good enough to win the league.
There you go. That's all I'm saying. So we're saying the same thing.
But it is good enough. Aki, you can't say it's not good enough, because they're top of the league and they very well might.
They've never won the league. They've never won it. So until
they've never won it, but at some point you have to win it. And Uche, just on the point of changing manager, Slot came in and won the league with basically the same team that Klopp left behind. So changing doesn't necessarily mean worse, But in the context, and I go back to it again, when you said, what do I mean by failure? In the context of Arteta's managerial career at Arsenal and being so far ahead of the league, this is just goes by CT Mikey. Thank you, ma'am, to Seth. In the context of Arteta being there for 6 seasons, spending £1 billion, and being so comfortable up until December, pretty much, or January even, and then to go on to lose the league next season, what kind of brain damage is it? Not only for the fans, because you start. Okay, put it this way: if they flop the league this season, right, and they finish second again or third or whatever, you start next season and there's some iffy results in the first 4 games. What do you think happens then? Do you think the Arsenal fans? Do you think the Arsenal fans will be singing Arteta's name?
No, they want him sacked. And I'm saying, I'm not saying to you that I am strongly on the point that you guys are elevating this club way above their station. That's the problem here. You believe that they should be winning the league.
They finished. Uche, they finished second. They finished second, and they finished above us more times than we finished above them in the last 4 seasons.
They finished second to who? To top teams, right? Do you believe that?
To top teams, yes.
Yeah, so that can happen again, and it can keep happening because you're not playing. You're not the manager that's better than you is a lot better than you by all metrics.
Okay, so what do you do then? If you're Arsenal, what do you do?
You accept that you can lose the league sometimes to a better team. That's what happens. It's unfortunate. It's what it is. I don't know what else to tell you, man. Like, you want me to tell you something else? Like, you're acting like so let's play this out, right? They lost the title to Pep Guardiola with Haaland and friggin' Bernardo Silva and Cherky and whoever, right? And your conclusion is you should be beating those kind of teams. Why are you not losing? Why are you losing? Why are you coming second to those guys?
Okay, Uche.
Wait, hold on. Sorry,
I've got a question for Uche. Wait. Let me.
Last week, Uche said in the Champions League, in terms of the teams that
exactly what I was going to ask him.
He said he doesn't want Arsenal. He will take City because City is the easier team. Is it that same City, Uche?
Yes, for Liverpool.
Have you frozen?
No, for Liverpool. For Liverpool. We're talking about what you're talking about is face to face, right? Mano a mano, I think Liverpool versus Man City. We're talking about the league format, right? And I'm saying you can't say when in the league format, if you come second to a Pep Guardiola team, you can't lose your mind because actually it's very, very possible. It's something that we all predict quite easily.
No, that's throwing some kind of mythical sort of label on this.
Mythical. How?
This Man City team, the same one you're saying you'll take them in the FA Cup and Champions League. That same Man City team. Yeah, but would you have said that? Would you, if it was a normal Pep team, would you have said that? Well, maybe you probably would in the Champions League.
Thank you. Don't forget the team that we end up giving 3-0. That's probably one of their best teams. Like sometimes a matchup suits us, and Klopp beat him, and they won the league. So you can't use that, bro. You know exactly how this works. I was talking about matchups, right? Us against them. But in the league format, you can't, it's as excruciating as we as Liverpool fans have found it when we lost out to this team, this guy. The man knows what he's doing, and he's got a superior squad. So losing out to them, it's not a massive disaster. And also, it's Arsenal.
But it is because there are 11 points. They could have been 11 points clear with 10 games to go. So I think you're talking a load of drivel, to be honest.
How am I? I just said I don't want the guy to be sacked.
No, because this is on the same scale, if not greater, than the Newcastle bottle job. I would say this will go in history as probably one of the biggest bottle jobs from a team ever. Or would you disagree?
No, listen, Matthew, man. The reason why we use bottle for Arsenal is very simple, right? Is because that's what you're good at. You're specialist in failure, specialist in bottling. So that's why you can't apply it to Liverpool, because Liverpool can say, you know what? It might be one of the worst defensive title in the Premier League era, like he claimed. It isn't, by the way. But let's go with your lies. It might be one of the ones, but we actually have won it. So there's something to defend. When you now get there and you have something to defend, we might be able to talk about you as one of the worst defenses. But at least we actually had something to defend. So pipe down, Matthew Smith, 6051.
Matthew Smith, 6051. Welcome to the pod. We're not all like Uche. We're not all we're not all that antagonistic, but yeah, welcome to the pod. It's a fair comment to an extent, but the reason why it's being used for Arsenal is because you finished second from winning positions in the league. And it was what year was it where there was 5 games to go and they still lost the league?
Yeah.
So that's the reason why it's used for Arsenal. We had a similar season in 3 years ago where we finished third in the end and we were top with 8 games to go. We were never going to win that league, but you could call that bottling.
Yeah.
If you want to, that's fine. But Arsenal consistently done it. That's why it's for Arsenal. That's the reason why.
Yeah. He's come back again. Let me not.
Yeah, and I think Matthew needs to check himself. I think Arsenal won one double. And I think during the golden Wenger years, I think they won 2 titles. They talk about those years as if it was like title after title after title.
I know. It's crazy.
2 titles and 1 FA Cup. That was it. And then it was.
And then the thing was as well, yeah. The crazy thing was, Aki, right? They went unbeaten. And can you believe that was the last time they won the league? Can you imagine? Literally going unbeaten, and they haven't won the league since then. It's mad.
Yeah. And even that, I think that was just littered with draws, I think, that invincible run. And it's quite a low points total.
Mate, I'm never gonna diss title win. I leave that to Aki. Aki seems to have this love of dissing people that win titles. He seems to have this obsession. There's something about winning that even doesn't. He has to be perfect for Aki to give you any prop. I'm not ever gonna do that. That's just that. I'm not gonna do that. Nobody talks about Matthew's on this way. Listen, man, we could talk about Mourinho versus Wenger, but there's no point. Like the man himself said, you're a specialist in failure. So he didn't really respect you. So it wasn't Mourinho versus Wenger. It was just Mourinho. There was no versus because you have to have a competition to actually compare yourself to. So please don't do that. Don't do that, man. There was Wenger versus Ferguson. That is correct. But don't say Mourinho versus Wenger because that's weird. Because there was nothing there.
And that is a great point. We won the Champions League with Igor Bishkan, Vladimir Smysa, Djimi Toure, Jerzy Dudek. That was probably the wackest team to ever win the Champions League, yet we still won it. And that was at our low point. I think, and even under Houllier and Evans, we were still winning trophies.
Yes. And remember, there was a time when these guys... here he is. Someone's begging. Someone's begging.
What's going on, lads? What, you think you can be doing this?
Showed up.
The Arsenal fan that showed up.
I don't even have to start my camera for you guys.
Yeah, someone showed up. Oh my goodness. Well done. Well done.
I heard some nonsense. That's what I heard.
No,
I heard people saying we've only won 2 titles and all this misinformation.
No, please correct them now.
Go for it.
How many did you win on the Wenger?
3.
You didn't win 3. Come on, man. That's made up.
Maybe not in your head.
No,
Mikey.
definitely not.
Mikey,
Ridiculous.
I have to applaud you for joining the pod. For those who are new here, Michael is an Arsenal fan. So he's come to defend your club. Pinkerati's done a great job, as has Matthew Smith. But Mikey,
Big up Matthew.
Thoughts on the Wolves game? What happened?
The Wolves game, it was just a dismal performance. We got Martinelli running around jogging for 20 minutes towards the end of the game, but he's still left on the pitch. It was 2-0 up. You expect to win. You expect to win against Wolves. But then, like many commentators have said, we struggled in the first game against them to score goals. But nevertheless, I think it was a sluggish performance from a lot of the players. What can you do?
Why do you think that is? Do you think it's because of bad man?
Are you talking about winning games, Ro?
I am, and yeah, I am. And
do you know who you support, mate?
Yeah, Liverpool not great at it. But we're talking about Arsenal today.
Right.
So
listen,
Michael,
you live in a shorter right now.
What do you think of Arteta's man management at the moment of players, of dishing out minutes?
What do you mean?
So, like, I saw a stat the other day about Timber and White, where Timber played over like 2,000, 2,500 minutes, and White had played like 500 minutes. So, like, overusing players. I'm not trusting.
So he's not overusing players. So to be specific, the White players have been rotated a lot. Timber has played most games. White has been injured a lot. Nketiah has played a portion of games. Calafiori has played a portion of games. Players are being rotated. There's no excuse about tiredness. Like Timber, everybody knows my view on Timber right now. Timber needs to go left back or on the bench because Ben White needs to play there.
Why are we attacking players, man? This is our champions to be.
No, it's not attacking players. It's analysis. You're looking at the team and seeing what should be better.
Man, come on, you guys should have seen that game. I mean, what was that between Gabriel and Raya? That's disgraceful. I mean, that's a joke. I mean,
But it's happened before. That's twice it's happened this season.
like, what's going on? They've known each other. They've been playing with each other for ages. Like, I don't get that. That mistake is terrible. That is just.
It doesn't make sense. Listen, for me, it starts with letting the ball come into the box. So you keep mentioning this worldy strike. There was no pressure.
Yeah, there was no pressure.
Off with his arms behind his back.
Yeah, true.
It's like, have a shot, mate. Have a shot.
Yeah, but I know what you're saying, but it's a bit like that other guy that did it against Fulham against us, right? You know, so, but you're right. Sometimes when those goals go in, you think, well, he's a professional player. But, you know, it's not like the guy is scoring those type of goals. It's not Bruno or De Bruyne.
Yeah, but I don't care. Just put some pressure on it. Like,
but there was no pressure. I completely agree. There was no
pressure, and then it's just flicked in under the bar.
I'm not even bothered about that because, like, I saw the tactics, and as much as you like to diss it being a poor performance, these guys had a few things, but there was never a moment where I thought you're losing those points. That's why I find that mistake extraordinary, because there was just no a moment where I thought, do you know what, they should have scored there or anything like that. Yes, it's boring. Yes, it's the same Arsenal stuff. They're wasting time. They were taking their time. They were doing all that rubbish. And to me, it was working. So that mistake was literally, here you go, have a go. That's weird to me. That's what you're not going to live down, because now that was what your greatest strength was, defending. Listen,
we've conceded a lot of goals since that greatest strength.
Matthew Smith, you're on fire, mate. No, put up Matthew Smith.
Read what Matthew said.
Apologies.
Oh, Matthew's on it, mate. Wow. That's for me.
Listen, this is the problem with you guys. Matthew, thank you for joining us. It's important to support with statistics and information rather than ideas and metro stats. Yeah. It's very important.
Even I'm starting to believe. I'm starting to believe back in Arsenal based on those stuff. I mean, they're basically.
How many games have you guys drawn then? Because, like, if you've only lost 3 in 42, City haven't been in tremendous form themselves, and you're 5 points ahead of them. So, and they've got a game in hand.
Yeah, we're still top of the table. At the end of the day,
that's
we're
what
still
I'm saying. You extended your lead. Tell them, man.
Yeah, but you've gone from 11 points to 5.
Aki, we haven't gone from 11 points to anything, number one. You keep bringing these mythical numbers up where they could have gone this, they could have... Okay, what was it actually? It wasn't 11. So at the end of the day, we've had a similar run of games over the... Well, Aki, you've talked a lot. I'm here now. Listen, we've had a similar run as City in the last 10 games. In fact, we've done better than City before that Wolves game. So... If you want to go like that, remember we were 2 points ahead of them just 6 weeks ago, something like that. And then we went ahead and we've been brought back again. So everybody keeps saying, oh, you've dropped this, you've dropped that. We haven't really dropped that much. We've dropped opportunities. That's what we've dropped. I think everyone has to play the same teams over the season. It's as simple as that.
I mean, I like Matthew, Mikey, CT, but, you know, I've been with all you guys. You're trying all this stuff. It's all well and good, but you guys know how bad and damaging that result was. This is the worst team in the Premier League. Just go in there.
We're still top. You just agreed. We're still top.
Mikey, earlier we were talking about, should Arteta be sacked if you guys don't win the league?
You know my view. No.
I don't. You don't think he should be sacked?
You do? Yeah, no.
You should do that, Mike Aki.
You're happy with
it? He doesn't listen on the pod.
No. I thought you want your team to win things. I didn't know you were happy just coming second.
Okay, that's what he's doing.
You know what? We need to make sure that Matthew's here all the time. Is there a way I can make sure I'll pay for it? I need Matthew to be here on Sunday night, right after the game. We're going live here. Matthew, I need you.
Uche, one second. I need your stats. I was listening in, and you're changing your mind on everything because you predicted Tottenham to beat us. Then you come on here and start saying, oh, it's Tottenham, Arsenal always beat them. Where now you turned around again and you're like, I can't wait for Sunday night. Matthew, be here.
I'm here for the entertainment.
Who do you think you are about your calling on the supporters to be here?
I'm an entertainer. I'm here to be entertained. Like, at the end of the day, we're out of the title race, yeah. And as much as it hurts me, I'm just here to be entertained. Obviously, it's entertaining if Tottenham were to give you blows. I know you'd be hurting. I won't be hurting. I'll be laughing. That's the difference. So just take me as I am, man. I'm just a happy-go-lucky guy.
Listen, Tottenham are not doing nothing on Sunday.
Nah, I'm with you on that, unfortunately.
You know,
I'm with
as well as I do.
In fairness, Mikey, we all of us thought that, except for, did Aki say a draw? I don't know, but all of us.
No, you predicted Tottenham to win, I'm sure.
No, the Wolves game. We all said you're gonna win, and what happened?
We
there?
all said it, and it didn't happen. So,
but you know what a game to come back to is the Tottenham game.
Yes,
that's a game to come into.
I agree, especially because you know his style, right? You know his style. At the end of the day, CT,
hey,
why is like
CT? Do not make a comment in there, positive or negative. Jump on the pod.
Exactly. Why are you not here? You're here. You're talking about ballerina. At least my ballerina. I'm here to show my ballerina skills. Yeah. Mikey has jumped on the pod here after so many taunts. I had to get him out for me, smoke him out, and look at him showing up.
You can't smoke nobody. Trust me.
Just sliding, man. Sort of giving me silly, telling me ballerina. Smoke you out and show up on the pod. Let me add you now. Come on. Smoky settings, business as usual. Don't worry, you'll be crying to your cornflakes, actually your tea, your cup of tea around 7 p.m. You better be here. That's all I'm saying. You better be here when that on Sunday, because I'm all here for all the energy. I just think Spurs gonna let me down. They bunch of
course they are. Did you see, guys? Did you see there was a Swedish politician? I shared it in one of our groups, Uche. Swedish politician. It was addressing their parliament and talking about the Swedish economy and how it's blah blah blah, and he was using Spurs as the example. I said the economy is becoming Spursy. So that's how ridiculous that club is. So I think they will.
It's ridiculous because they will show up here in their 60,000 plus, right? They'll be baying, and then within 10 minutes, the game will be over because probably like somebody, if it's not gonna be Ezeston, probably like friggin' whoever, no, I don't know, Trossard or something. You know, they have all these.
Eze will score. Watch.
You know what I'm saying? And they'll go and deal with them. And then I'll be there thinking, is this what I turn up? Or after all that hoopla on Wednesday, we turn up and we're watching them just coast through it, smoky settings. I don't want to see that. What I want to see is to shock the world, man. 4-0 up, half time. Hey! Goodness gracious me. Can you imagine when Spurs go 4-0? I'm going to be bathed in blood, man. I want a madness. All over them, press like crazy. Get in, lose your mind. Press them, go mad, and then lose the next 10. You will still be heroes.
How does he go two-door play?
There will be though. There will be.
How does he go two-door play?
Nah, he plays high. He wants them high intensity. So I'm assuming this week he'll just be working on that.
High line, yeah.
Be all over you. Yeah. Oh,
high line, yeah.
Colin, of course, he has to be. Whereas it's high intensity press, isn't it? So.
You're our Italian correspondent. You should be giving us all the information on this manager.
Exactly.
I told you, he likes aggressive style, right? He also likes two up front. I don't know if he's gonna do it straight away, but he's gonna try and press you high intensity, whatever. So what I'm saying is, if you guys are still recovering, are still dizzy from Wolves, you could lose this game the first 20 minutes. However, if you calm yourself,
we're gonna get first 20 minutes game done, isn't it?
Yeah, of course. That's what I'm saying. He could be, but conversely, if you calm yourself down. Off.
There's some comments. Wait. Let's go back. Sorry, let's go back to Matthew's comment. Mikey, do you want to answer this one? How many points clear will you need to be before going to the empty head?
Listen, I wanted a 6-point buffer before we went there, but that's not looking likely now because we just messed up in the last 2 games. So we just need to. We can go there and get a draw. That's not even a problem. So we just need to be ahead of them. I've got every faith that we could lock them up and just take a draw and kill that game. It's the rest of the games they got to stop messing around in now.
Yeah, I think it's not. It might not matter. That game might not matter as much as people are making up because it all depends on the Sunday. I think if this guys collapses, then by Sundays, it's by the time they meet Man City, it's a procession. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I think Arsenal are very entertaining.
It looks like we're substituting one in, one out. Aki's got a duck. So thanks for your contributions, Aki. Whilst people are here. Newcomers likes of Anthony Miller, Matthew, etc. please do like this. I think we've only got a couple of likes on the stream so far, so do like this. There's been quite a lot of engagement on this one and quite a lot of viewers. So please do like the video as we go along. Mikey, you're saying you're gonna smoke our Spuds on Sunday. Are you confident that your lead will be intact come Sunday evening?
Yeah, I actually think that Newcastle will get a result as well. A lot of people are thinking, "Oh, Newcastle," but you haven't been watching Newcastle recently. Then they're doing all right.
You're doing all right.
Listen, all we need is a draw. People are thinking, "Oh, like Newcastle aren't going to beat them." I'm happy with a draw, lads.
Yeah.
Up at the line. Come on.
Nah, I can't see that, man. Is that the Etihad?
I can see it.
Nah, I can't see it. Can't see. I'm afraid.
Actually, as I said at the start, I said this to Uche earlier, Mikey, but I can see, given they've started to score goals, it looks like they're better. They're starting to get better away from home compared to at home. And the only thing is that they did play midweek and Man City didn't. So Man City have had a full week to prepare. I don't know if Doku's back because I think they will need him. But yeah, I can see them getting a draw as well.
They're in poor form, man. There was 3 losses before they got that win, right? So, and they always lose to Man City. They can't handle City at all. There's no way. Like, look at it, lost 3 times to City. They're gonna get dealt with, man. This is just hope. This is desperate stuff by Arsenal fans. But I'm with you. If I was in your position, I'll be desperate too. So it's not
desperate.
It's desperation. It is. How can you think they're gonna win that game? Unless Haaland's not going to make the game, they're going to.
You came on here, you were telling me Liverpool were going to slap them up. I was thinking, wow, this is beautiful. We're going to have a gap, a cushion. And you didn't even finish the game off. Newcastle will get that draw.
Nah, they're not getting anything. They're not getting anything there, man. I'm sorry to break it to you. They're not getting a damn thing, mate. So.
What's the score going to be?
We'll see.
If Haaland is playing, I think at least 3-1. In fact, they're not going to score.
If Haaland's playing, what's Haaland been doing?
They said something about
he's not being the guy.
I think 3-0, mate. Easy. I don't know where you get confidence from Newcastle from.
I don't even know where the nil's coming from, Uche. This City team, they're not going to. They can't defend. They can't defend.
It's coming from Newcastle being impotent. That's where it's coming from.
Yeah,
I don't know where you get this Newcastle stuff from, though. I don't get it. Like, what is it because they won 6-1 against Karabakh? Is that and then beat 10-men Villa? Is that where you're getting this from? Or beating Spurs?
Yeah. Basically,
Spurs. Is that where you're coming from? Don't forget, Man City played them in the cup.
I'm going up based on what's happening now. So form-wise, now they're in form. That's all.
Nah, it depends how you look at that form, man. Like I said, they
played City goals
twice in the cup. Yeah, they've lost to City twice in the cup. 2-0 at St. James Park, beat them 3-1. Yeah, Newcastle, the same Newcastle you're going on about. They played in the league against Villa, lost 2-0. We gave them 4-1 to hold. Yeah, so you're looking at previous. Then they lost again to Man City 3-1. Then in Brentford beat them 3-2 at their ground. So it was only Spurs, 10 men.
You know why?
And
just because you beat them 4-1, you're thinking it's easy food.
You're
all right on your day. On your day, you're all right.
It is, man. Honestly, this
is not as bad as you think you are.
This game,
backhanded compliments, yeah. Cheers, Mikey.
This game is set for what it's set for, which is this weekend is all about one headline, and he's got it.
Saturday evening. That's the game, isn't it?
No,
8 o'clock on Saturday evening.
No, we're gonna cross that game out quickly.
The Geordies will be out in force. It's gonna be a good night.
After 60 minutes, we're gonna cross that game out, and it's gonna be full Zoom on Sunday 4:30. That's what this weekend's about. Don't let Mikey fool you guys. You're fooling anybody. You're fooling me. You ain't fooling me. That's what this weekend is about. 4:30. That's what this weekend is about. It ain't about noon.
So just as a neutral fan, I've got no skin in the game here. Obviously, I don't support Arsenal or Man City. So as a neutral, I hope that Man City are going to do their job, and then we can all tune in 4:30 on Sunday and be entertained.
I think we say a lot about their players. I really, really do. I think it's good that Man City wins that game, and then I want to see what these players do because, again, honestly, I think Arsenal can beat Spurs. So if they don't, that's the bit I like. I think that's when it gets really interesting, especially for people like Mikey who are always saying all this stuff with chest. That's gonna hurt you guys, man. That's a double blow, especially if you lose, not draw. lose, not
We
draw.
don't lose to them. I don't know where you've been all your life.
No, I'm saying
But
everything.
Very rarely do we lose to this team. They are not a rival.
Everything points to the same old. If someone put me to put a bet, I'll put it all in on Arsenal winning. Let's be clear. I'm just saying for that potential, even if 5%, right? I didn't even give 5% to Wolves, man. And look at you now. Look at you now.
No, nobody did. Mikey didn't either. Just going back to Matthew's point here. This is my. I'll come back to this about the City side. I still think Arsenal are going to win because of this. This is not Man City of old. They will drop points against Newcastle at home. By the way, they will drop points going ahead. I think, and I've said this in our group chat.
Nobody agrees with that statement anyway. So why are you putting it up?
I'm putting it up.
Listen, we value the support of all of our viewers.
Yes, exactly.
We do, and we will put their comments up.
Yeah, that's fine. Matthew, I'm saying nobody
Matthew right now. Matthew, it's not personal. I don't know why Uche is taking it out on you.
Uche is not like Matthew.
No, it's not about Matthew. I'm sure Matthew's a good guy. I'm gunning him because
hey, listen. Uche started bashing Matthew's comments. That's why I had to jump on quickly.
No, I'm going after Matthew because I like the engagement, but I'm also gunning him because he's an Arsenal fan and he seems like that delusional types, and I'm gunning him for it. I'm trying to help him. I don't think they're gonna win 50. I completely agree with you. That is no way. Your statement is accurate, but they don't need to because your team will continue to lose. You just drew with Wolves. You're gonna draw a lot of games. You don't lose, but you draw a lot of games. So,
did you not listen to what I just said? Before this Wolves game, over the last 10 games, we had a better last 10 games than Man City.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, I agree. But
so
you know what? But you know what happens when you start seeing March, April, May. Man, you know your team better than me.
Yeah, we had a good finish.
Well, let's wait and see that, innit? Then it should be all yours. Nothing calm. part with Wolves is the part of the master plan, correct?
It's a part of the journey.
It's part of the journey. That's like, come on. How can you even back that? At least tell me, be serious and say that was a shocking result and you were trembling. Just say
no, I've already reported on that. We've moved on. Now we're talking about the season, my friend.
Yeah, that's what Arteta's done. He said he moved on in his press conference. No one believes him. He said,
see, there you go.
This is exactly where we want to be. Yeah, drawing with Wolves is not exactly.
Man at the top has told you, listen.
We all know he's just talking for talking's sake, Mikey. That is a terrible.
Bro, you are a hater of Arteta. Do not make a comment right now.
Mikey, terrible blow. You know it. I know it.
You said Arteta's been in the job for 8 years, mate.
I did say that. And I'm not an Arsenal fan, so I don't
know. Misinformation on this pod.
I feel like I've been bored by Arteta for 8 years. That's why. That's the reason why.
He's been bored
that long. So, but yeah. It's been
hopefully Slot stays for 8 years.
It was a shocking result, but so was City doing the same against Spurs. It happens. Yeah, it does. It does.
Yeah, once you correct it, it's fine. There will be no question. If after Sunday you do what you're supposed to do and you beat them, I think it's completely calm. I'm totally with that.
Listen, that's what it comes down to is just doing the business in the next 2 games.
Yeah, absolutely.
We come through them with 6 points.
Yeah, everything's back to normal. Memory. Absolutely. I think that's in your hands. That's why I said I'm looking forward to it as if somebody who's not got skin in the game, just to see that reaction. I still think Arsenal can do it because it's Spurs. Spurs cannot just change. They can't just miraculously become this other team. They're terrible. I genuinely think they could get relegated.
They did for 20 minutes against City.
Well, at the end of the day, man, listen, like he said, like Matthew said, it happens. They shocked us that day. Let's be honest. At 2-0, you were switching off. Everybody thought it was a done deal. They would scorpion kick later and they come out with a point. So I think there's, that can happen. That's football. But let's be honest, man. I'm gonna still back Arsenal to win that game until he changes, which is the best way. I told you you're gonna win against Wolves. You didn't win, did you? I'm still backing you to win. So if it doesn't happen, I'll be happy. Yeah, man.
All right, so guys, we've done just over an hour of this impromptu pod. We thank Mikey for showing his face.
Finally showing up.
We thank Arsenal fans for joining in.
Listen, life takes over, my friends.
CT seems to have jumped off the comments as well, so he's gone back into hiding. Yeah. Guys, the new guys who've joined us on the pod today, please do like and subscribe.
Yeah, big up
Matthew says, Yeah, big up Matthew. Matthew says, let's face it, City drop points and Arsenal win, media narrative switch again. And it has been happening over the last couple of months, really, where it's been City back into it and then City drop points. And then Arsenal do their business and it stretches out again. So we'll see what happens on Sunday night. But guys, we've done just over an hour. There's one thing that we can't pass up before we leave, and that's obviously the events of Wednesday night in Benfica with Real Madrid and Benfica and the Vinícius Jr incident. Now, obviously, there's lots of people who've got lots of views about Vinícius Jr, and I'm not his biggest fan in terms of the way he acts on the pitch generally. But that doesn't excuse what is alleged to have happened in terms of the player. We saw some comments from their club, Benfica's club, putting some comments out saying they back their player, which to an extent you will understand because that's what teams generally do. But what I cannot accept is certain people who have a voice like Mourinho, who incidentally has said nothing since that night, by the way. He refused to, apparently, and I'm not sure if that's the case, he didn't do any press conferences ahead of this weekend's game. He did a short interview with Benfica TV where he just said the game was good up until the 50th minute, and then after the 51st minute where the incident happened, it wasn't so good. He hasn't referenced the incident itself again, which is disappointing. But I can't accept a manager of his standing in the game who's had so many black players play for him, and all of them, as far as I'm aware, will say nothing but good things about him. But when you've got an opportunity to lead in a situation like that, partisanship and backing your team and all that should go out the window, and it should be about human beings. So Vinícius Jr is a great footballer. He acts the fool on the pitch sometimes, but he doesn't deserve to be called a monkey by a fellow professional footballer, allegedly. For Mourinho to suggest that his behavior, and he did it multiple times, there's no excuse. It wasn't a mistake. He was interviewed on Prime TV or whoever was showing the footage in England. He said it then. The interviewer asked him, did Vinícius Jr provoke this? His answer was yes. He provoked my fans and my players. And then he went on to mention, it's funny how this always happens to Vinícius Jr in football pitches across the continent. It's not good enough. And I have to say I'm disappointed in someone like Mourinho. But yeah, what's your thoughts, Mikey?
Did you expect anything different from Mourinho? Is like the first question that I'd ask. I think, yes, he's in a position of authority and he should have come out and said the right things, but I didn't expect anything different from him. He's just that character and he's played that character. He's there for number one and number one only, and he's been like that throughout his whole career that we've seen. I can't say, yeah, like you say, he's had many black players playing for him, but who cares? That's like saying, oh, I know lots of black people. That doesn't prevent you from holding prejudice in any way, shape, or form. Now, the issue is the Vinícius Jr.'s actions on the pitch, and Dunya said he acts like a twonk. I don't know what that word means, but yeah, I agree. He acts very stupid on the pitch a lot of the time, and he annoys me to watch. But there was nothing wrong with his celebration. He's allowed to celebrate a goal. And there's no link between the celebration and racial abuse from an opposing player. Now, the issue for me is the opposing player and what punishment they should get. Very difficult to punish when they cover their mouth and they say something, because you're not going to be able to use a lip reader, interpreter. It was cowardly. But at the end of the day, they also need to look at the rule, what happens. Racial abuse on a football pitch should be deemed the same as racial abuse outside of a football pitch. Exactly. Custodial sentences should be handed out. You start handing out one or two of them, and you're not going to get these idiots covering their mouth and saying anything. Now, the stuff that he came out with to suggest that it wasn't racist afterwards is laughable. There wasn't any reason to cover his mouth. It was definitely meant And I was very happy with Mbappe coming out and supporting Vinícius Jr. We know they've had differences in the past and probably still now on the football pitch. So I think it meant a lot more that he came out so forcefully with what he was saying. And he's a big member in the football community as well. So, yeah, I think the guy should be punished severely. I had no expectations of Mourinho. I think he's a clown. And he's just in everything for himself. So anything to protect his position is all good for him.
Yeah. Well said, Mikey. And I know this for the viewers here. I know this is a topic that not everyone is comfortable talking about, and we're not gonna dwell on it because as black men, this is something that we've probably all faced at some point, and it's something that Vinícius continues to face, and lots of other footballers. If you get a chance, I suggest people, if you're interested, go and listen to Vincent Kompany talk about this subject because he makes some really good points. And just there on Matthew's comment there about should there be a ban, I think I saw something, I don't know, I didn't verify whether it was actually true because it was on Twitter, so you never know. But I saw something that apparently FIFA are looking into. If you insult someone whilst covering your mouth, then they're looking at what they can do about that. But Uche, disappointing that this has happened again. It's disappointing how it's been reacted to. But do we see anything changing going forward?
Yeah, I don't see how you can punish him. So, you know, what are you going to punish him under? If he says, which I expect him to do, which he's already done already, I didn't say those things, I said something else. There's nothing you can do. You say you misheard it, he's going to say that, and he's going to maintain it because he doesn't want to be, even though he's saying these things, he doesn't want to be caught saying those things. So he's going to deny it, which is just what you expect from cowards. But like Mbappe had to come out and say what he had to say. I think the company thing is spot on. You know, there's so many wisdom there. And, you know, just really telling Mourinho where to go in terms of, you know, understanding and having some humanity in him. But like Mikey said, sometimes everybody seem to be out for it for themselves. I've said this in the chat and I said in the forum, I think a lot, the tone that Rosinho used and Nuno used and company used is very, very interesting because I know why they use those tones because they're black men, essentially. What will be interesting, which I want to see more, is from all these other managers who are higher up, who can look at the same incident and just, you know, berate him in the same venom, with the same venom that company did, because that's what you want to see, because it was totally wrong and out of order by him, you know, by Mourinho. So do I see it happening? Unfortunately not, because again, people are too guarded and people just desperately want to move on to talk about football when these things happen and try and find another angle, a deflection, and pretend it didn't happen, just anything you can. And now all of a sudden let the authorities handle it and all those kind of stuff. So that's where it gets a bit tiring and jarring. I have no doubt that if that wasn't Kompany, the black man, or it wasn't Rosinho or Nuno, you will not see them saying, they use very strong word. Rosinho, for example, said should be banned for life and stuff like that. You're not gonna see. I'm yet to see someone else suggested that is not that's not a black man say those kind of things. These are strong words, but that's what you want to see. You want to have advocates for these things because it is a question of humanity. People are being insulted and made to be reduced by people who are too cowardly to say it. He said it 5 times. That's what Mbappe is trying to tell him, and was calling him out on it live on there. And like Kompany said, there were actually people doing those noises and monkey noise in the video behind it when you look at it again. So this is a problem with football. It's a problem, you know, with humanity. They have to do something more to make an example of him. But he's gonna deny it. There's no question. He's already denied it anyway. So that's the disappointment.
The thing about his denial, though, is he still hasn't said what he actually said. So he said he misheard. What did he mishear?
Well, he's now saying that he said what is effectively, I think, a gay slur or something. I don't know if he's going to maintain that in his official statement. But, you know, I suppose that in his head, he thinks that's all right then.
Yeah, that's all right then. Yeah. Well, we'll see. We'll see what UEFA end up doing. Probably nothing. Let's be real. It's a shame because, as everyone was saying, even Mourinho and his stupid backhanded way, but Vinícius scored a great goal. That's what we should be talking about. But it's not Vinícius' fault that we have people like I'm not even going to say his name. I can't even remember what it is. That's how insignificant that guy is compared to Vinícius. It's a shame that that's what he thought was the best thing to do in that situation. But there we are. There we are, guys. We'll end it there, guys. It's been a great pod. It's been a great pod. It's been a good. It's been other than that incident. It's been a good week for non-Arsenal fans.
It's been
we
good
going
to
to this
get Arsenal
weekend?
fans contributing. You see that for the once they actually came out with chest. People were coming out. Matthew, I've seen more comments. You know, people are thought Arsenal fans didn't belong to this pod. It's good to see them. What did you do, Mikey? Rallied them round to come out like I smoked you out. Did you smoke them out?
He was ringing round before he came on.
Relax.
You
The
needed some
guys are
backers.
here.
You needed some
I don't
backers.
need backing, not for you. Come on, relax.
You've done a good job, I've got to say, mate. Like I'm seeing them coming out with chest, man.
Yep, exactly. All right, guys. We've got a massive weekend coming up in the Premier League. Man City, if they do their job on Saturday night, it's all eyes on the North London derby. Let's see you all guys back here, all of you. Welcome to all the new people who've contributed. See you all back on Sunday evening, 7:30, to see whether or not Arsenal have extended the lead or it's shooky shook time.
Yes, Matthew.
We'll see you next time. And we're out.
Nice one.